Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. As we know, this language is used to create web pages. Now we will consider here you are having basic knowledge of HTML tags, and then we will going to learn advanced HTML tags. Now in the advanced HTML tag, today we are going to discuss and learn about form tags. Form tags are used to create interactive web pages with the form elements like text boxes, radio buttons, check boxes, command buttons, so that users can enter the things, enter the data to the form, and it will be submitted to the server. So many a times you visit different website and you can see these types of forms which we are going to fill up and then we will submit. So here is one of the example of student registration form, which consists of first name, last name, email, and in front of that there are text boxes where user used to type their first name, last name, and we can select the gender using radio buttons, and then we can submit. Even we can reset the form so that the information field there will get deleted, and the fresh form will is available for entering new data. So let us begin with form tag. Now form tag is used to create forms for the user inputs, and these forms may consist of text fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, and many more, as we have seen in the first web page. Now here a few examples, like text box is like this, a box where we can type a text, the user can type text. Then check boxes, we can select one, more, or none of the options from the given options. Radio buttons, where we can select a single option out of given options. Then buttons, submit buttons, where we can submit the information which we have filled up in the form elements, like that. So these are the elements of forms which we are going to discuss today. Now here the most important tag to create these type of form elements is the input tag. So since we are going to input the information from the user, we are the name of the tag is given as input tag. It is an empty element. We don't need to close this tag. Now we'll see the syntax of this tag. It is like input type, and the type value we have to specify, then name, then we have to give the name of the field name, and the value, whatever the value we want there, that can be given there. Now this type attribute is very important, and the possible values of type attributes are text, passwords, radio, checkbox, reset, and only button. So we'll go one by one to understand these types of input tags. So the very first we will discuss here is input type text. Now this will create a text box, a one line text box where user can give uh, one line of plain text, and the user can input their text values to the form. Now we'll take one simple example. If you write input type equal to text, it will create like we have labeled it as email, so it will show email, and in front of that a box comes, and the user is expected to write the whatever the valid email ID is there, and that way we can input the text in this form. Now we'll go for the next type of form element is a password. Now it is used to define a password field, and here the characters are masked. we'll take one example what we are supposed to write. Like suppose we write a label as password, and then we'll write down the tag. Actual tag here is input type equal to password. So we'll get the output like this, password, and in front of one text box similar to the text box. But here the characters whatever the user will type, it will be masked, it will be not visible for others. Then we'll go to the next type of button, type of input tag, where we are going to write type equal to button. It is going to create clickable buttons. So for example, if you type input type equal to button and value we will give as login, so we'll create a button which is labeled with the caption as login. Similarly, there is one more type of button, input type equal to reset. Now here we don't need to write a value here. This is a common button in each form it is available. It is used to reset all the form values to blank values. For example, input type equal to reset, if you write, it will create a reset button. Now we will see how all these input elements can put in one web page, and we can create a very interesting form, web page containing forms. So we'll switch to the practical here. Now actually we are going to do this. Now before that we must have any of the text editor for creating a web page. So we'll get a simplest one, that is our Notepad. So we'll start Notepad. So we'll start Notepad here, and in the Notepad we will type our HTML tags. Now as we have done some basic HTML web pages, so we are going to recall that as well here along with the new form tags. So we'll start with this. I will turn on the caps lock, and then we can write down the tags in smaller case as well, but I used to prefer to write down the tags in the capital. So we'll write down the tags. The very first tag is HTML, then it will start with the next one is head tag. The in that we have to write a title tag. So we will give any simple title to this form which we are going to create. Suppose we used to write as suppose student registration. So we'll write down student registration form. Then you have to close this title tag by slash title. Then your head tag you have to close, so we'll write down slash head. Okay, then the most important tag begin here, that is your body tag. So we'll write down the body tag here, and within the body tag you have to start your form tag. So we'll write down here form. In the simplest syntax we will write down form here. Then in the form we are going to create the form element. So the very first, suppose you uh, uh, want to ask user his or her name. So we'll write down here your name, and then we will begin with the input tag, input type equal to. Now here the name is in a text, so we'll write down here text in this way. Then we have to go to the new line, so we will break the line using the tag br. So we'll write down br here, then we'll press enter. Now suppose we want to we want the user's password, so we will ask password. Then again we'll write down the input tag, input type equal to password. You can restrict the field length as well. Suppose I will write max length equal to suppose 8 characters, so if, it will accept only maximum 8 characters in the password. Then again I will write down br here. Now I am going to create two buttons. After filling this form, the user will click on a submit button, and other one is to reset the form element, we will have a reset. So we will create here two buttons. One is in submit button, so I will write down here input type equal to button, and the value you can give as submit, so that it will come on the button. And then I will type another similar tag, where I will write input type equal to reset. Okay, so this is the end of the form. We'll have one text box, one password box, and other one is a submit button and the reset button. So here we will end this form tags by using slash form. Then we'll end the body tag as well, and the last tag you have to end with slash html. Now we are going to save this file as a web page. So you know the web page is having the extension as .htm or .html. So we'll use here 3-character extension. So what we'll do, we'll click on file, we'll save this file. You create any of the directory folder in your computer. Suppose I will take here one of the folder as suppose 8 here, and then we will write down the name of the web page. So you can write down any of the name. Suppose I write here page 1. Then don't forget to write extension .htm. So we'll write down here extension as .htm, and then you save the file. So your web page is stored with the name page1.html. Now we'll see how it will look on a web browser. So we'll start a web browser. Suppose here I am using Mozilla Firefox. So here it is, Mozilla Firefox. You can to open the file you can use Ctrl O. So it will ask you the folder where we have stored the file. So we'll open this file. You will get here page 1, and then you will click on open. Now here you can see a web page with title as student registration form, and here your name. There you will get a text box, and in password you will get one more text box, and then we have created submit and reset button. So here I can type name. Suppose I type here a name, it will accept the name. And if you try to type a password, that characters will be masked, and then the user can click on a submit button. Or suppose user want to make these text boxes blank, so user can click on a reset button. So this way we can create a simple web forms with the help of input tag, which is the part of a form tag. So here I feel you understood the video where we have seen few form tag elements. Next video we will see radio buttons, checkboxes and the text area. Thank you. Have a nice day.